Hello, hello, what's going on, everybody? Phoenix61 here, your host for tonight's Legends Shenanigans. I am in the Tier 7 Z-23, right? So I don't think I have the next ship unlocked in this tech tree, right, for these German destroyers. So I think that's why I played a few games with this one this day. And yeah, so we'll be a good little boy destroyer. We'll press forward here, see if we can't get some spotting done for our team, and or potentially cap this B-hole of a zone, right? So there are 4 destroyers here, so we're just taking a look at what we are up against and what we might run into early on here, right? So these ships, at least the way that I like to play them and or my sort of opinion on them, is a good mix of guns and torpedoes with these guys, right? And then absolutely love having the sonar as a destroyer. That is always huge, right? So being able to go in, pick up incoming torpedoes early, as well as potentially use your smoke screen and sonar combination as well to be able to, you know, sit and chill in your smoke and spot somebody else that's close by, right? And then just go to town, right? So but yeah, so we'll get into the zone. We are thus far undetected, right? And I actually pull in front of this little island here, right? So, and I do this just because, like, a lot of times I do, like if you watch what I do here, I shoot to, you know, there's an island on the opposite end, right? So I'm going to shoot to each side of it, right? Because that's where ships come from. So I was kind of suspecting, like, you know, if somebody pops around the corner, there's destroyers sending torpedoes, right? They're not going to send them right into the island that's right behind me, right? So I was like, all right, we'll chill there, right? So, and then, yeah, so there, Z-31 comes in. We've got sonar going, so we're picking up torpedoes quite early here. It could potentially have been this other destroyer on our team picking these up as well. But so moving forward just a little bit here to get us right between these two sets. And then we do get the dev strike on the Akatsuki. And that's what I said. Like, you know, like I fired those torpedoes just to the side of the island. And here these two, another set's coming here as well. So potentially from the Akatsuki, right, if he sees torpedoes coming, he's just going to dump his load, right? It's just making sure we can stay here and get between these, and it looks like we can. And, you know, a little bit of luck there too, but just having that sonar going is really what made the biggest difference. And then we're hanging out in our smoke screen, seeing if we can't shoot anything. I'm going to err on the side of caution and move away from this other destroyer here, since he doesn't want to give up the zone. Yep. So we pick him up. That's probably our sonar picking him up. He did fire his guns as well, so somebody else might be seeing him. So we'll send him some torpedoes. We're going to move away from the zone here. There is a cruiser and battleship that are just off behind on the other side of the B. Get a couple of cheeky hits on him potentially here. Nope, shot the rocks. See if our torpedoes, yep, there we go. Alright, we'll swing back in, see if we can't get this zone capped finally. 2 kills down, but we've already lost 3 ships on our own team. Alright, we'll swing back in. It'd be nice if somebody could get rid of this cruiser that's just kind of chilling back here. And see if we're in range of this Nebraska too, maybe? No, he's going to be moving out. Okay. So I'm going to send some torpedoes this way just in case this cruiser moves forward. And we'd be able to get him. And we'll try and make sure, we'll hold off firing at anybody right now just so we can get the zone capped. Yeah, he's not going to move. He's being stubborn. Alright, let's cap the zone. And then we'll have to figure out what we want to do next. Probably go to C. Since we've got one battleship over there by his lonesome. A little bit of engine boost time left. Alright, so let's move and we'll see. We might be able to see if we can get torpedoes on the backside of that cruiser too, maybe. So we'll have to be careful here. I'm sending these literally just as like sort of a safeguard, like, you know, covering fire, right, in case like this cruiser or destroyer comes back. So they took out the battleship, so now we're down, you know, we've lost 4 ships now, so we're down by 2 on the ship count. And we're also down a zone. Yeah, so here he is. Yeah, there, that's what I was kind of hoping for. Of course, now he probably knows it's me spotting him, so he knows to move forward. Yeah, but we'll send some anyway, in case he decides to back up for some other reason. And then I'm going to stick to the right side over here, because I'm going to assume these 2 ships on this side are probably coming back through here, or they'd be going, you know, kind of over the top, over the north side of these islands. Yeah, so we're getting the zone here. See, I was kind of hoping we could at least, as we came through, we'd at least pick up the cruiser, right? Like, be able to spot him. Oh, that enemy cruiser's going into B now, so we're gonna lose that zone probably. Yeah, so I wonder if these guys went. Oh no, we're getting radared. Oh, yeah, it's that Atlanta. Okay. Ooh, he's weak though. That's a blessing. So we'll hit him with AP here. We get over pens there. That was quite lucky that he was low on health. That gives us 3 kills though. We have all the kills for the team. Oh nope, there we go. Somebody else finally got somebody. Okay, and we went unspotted pretty quick, so I'm gonna guess that destroyer isn't nearby. Isn't coming back to defend his turf. So we'll reorient ourselves to go back in towards B. This is going to be a tough game to come back from if we do. Yeah, and I'm not going to be able to... I can't even get like a cheeky shot on the cruiser that's in there capping it, so we'll have to recapture it if we can. $10 seconds left here. Oh, and he's got smoke. Is that his smoke, or is that destroyer over there too? Still 2 destroyers left on their team. Of course, my entire team is running away now. Guys, you got to play the objectives, right? Like, if you want you want the wins, you got to play the objectives, especially when it's you know, like domination or whatever this is called, like this. So I'm gonna be aggressive here, just because it's kind of forcing our hand, right? Like, if you play too conservative, you know, like if I was to maybe just come into the edge of the zone and not do anything, right? Like, we'd just be hurting ourselves more, right? So at this point in a match like this, you kind of got to be risky and take the risk to try and make some things happen for you. And if you die, you die, right? Like, but like, they're way up on points, they're up on ships, right? So I'm gonna do a fire here and then smoke to try and kind of divert his attention. Yep, and then he's gonna turn this way, right? So, and then we'll space our torpedo shells out, or torpedo racks out. And then I tripped the sonar, right? There's another smoke screen out there. I can't tell if that's friendly or foe, right? But I'm gonna guess there's probably a destroyer somewhat close by. Just to be cautious. And then, yep, we're getting real lucky here. He looks like he's turning in towards these. So, switch to HE here to try and trigger him to use his damage control, right? But he got lucky there. Ooh, we do have him flooding. Oh, nope, he put it out. Alright, so a fire here would be nice. And then, yep, now we're picking him up with sonar. And then, yep, that fire is going to burn. And hopefully we get the torpedo hit. Yes, with a flood, too. That's huge. Alright, so we might actually be able to deal with this guy. Those spaced out, my patience, the spaced out torpedo racks really paid off there. He will probably die. The question is, we just don't want him to get another shot off on us. I only have so much health left. And then potentially, like, I don't know how quick his damage control is going to come back too. But like, once he goes down, we'll have to do another 180 and try and get that zone back. Yep, he spots us there for just a second. I was getting ready to fire just because he had that sliver left. And then, yeah, we're gonna run into this island here. Turn! This is how I break my controllers. Turn harder! Alright, some bullets out there. It's just me. Me and 2 destroyers, right? So it's all going to come down to what kind of health pool these guys have and whether or not we can get lucky with torpedoes. We are on our last engine boost. We've used up all our sonar to finish off that cruiser. It's time for the YOLO push. I think even if we were to cap both of these zones, I mean, obviously they would just go and recapture, but even if we were to cap both these zones, I don't think there's enough time for us to catch up on points at this point. So we gotta kill them. So we saw some shells firing out in this direction that we're looking, plus that's kind of where both of them were last spotted here as well. It's tempting to just shoot some torpedo racks here. I don't have the best concealment on this ship either, so I'm going to imagine we'll probably get spotted first before we can actually see them. Yeah, your Dachi and another Z-23. So if he might potentially have sonar left. Where are you? Alright, there. Yep, we're spotted first. So my concealment's not as good. And there it is, another Z-23 with probably about the same amount of health that I have. We'll send all our torps, and we'll shoot all our guns. But I'm going to imagine that that other destroyer can't be far away. And then I'm going to guess he's sending his own torpedoes here. Yep, so I did slow down and turn in, but now we're getting shot by the other destroyer. So unless he's got no health left, we're going to lose the... Oh, he's got plenty of health. Oh no. Oh no. And here comes torpedoes from him. Oh, they died out. Moving out on time. Oh, I was kind of like, maybe we could get away and then, you know... sneak back through, maybe get some lucky torpedo hits, but we did get a Kraken out of that with that Z-23 that we finished off there. So 77,000 damage, not bad. I mean, the Kraken's always fun, right? See what the leaderboard looks like here as well. Lots of banners, right? So this is a high XP earning game. This would have been a nice one to win. You know, 5 torpedo hits, the 3 fires, 5 floods, defend, 2 captured, right? It's good times there. Yeah, 2,200 XP with being on the losing team. If you look over on their side, you know, they've got their top spot has 2,900, right? So they get, you know, as the winners, you get that multiplier, right? I think it's 1.5, you know, multiplier, right? So you get a 50% boost in your XP earnings or whatever you want to call it when you win. So. And so here's one thing that I'm going to change here, right? So at some point, I think when I unlocked this, I was dumb and thought target acquisition was going to be a good idea, right? So I'm going to change that to concealment, and we'll play some games. Oh, I've got AA on here too. That's probably not, yeah. I think when I played these, when I first started unlocking this German destroyer line, right, I was trying to play around with other things. So we won't do that. So what we got to do is go and sell the one you have. This way you don't spend any doubloons. And then we'll do main battery something here. Yeah, not reload. Okay, yeah, this is probably better. We'll go with this. Okay. So that's what I was saying. This ship has a good mix of guns and torpedoes, right? So you could go traverse speed here for this mod too, because if you notice the guns, they were pretty slow moving, right, for aiming. And then I'll show you how I have the commander built out, right? So this guy for torp speed and concealment, and then this guy for torp speed and movement speed, right? So, or detectability and torp damage for this first one, right? So I'm just kind of trying a balanced mix is how I've been playing these guys, right? Whether or not that's the best thing to do, let me know in the comments if you've got better ideas than I do. Sometimes you guys are smarter than I am. And then, yeah, torp speed and reload time here. You could go AA, right? I mean, at this tier, at the higher tiers, tier 7s, it's, you know, yeah. Speed's always valuable, but yeah, Yeah, so I mean, you do you here, right? Like, I wouldn't say any of these are bad choices, right? I'm actually gonna switch it. Yeah. All right. And then I like just the straight up look at me now, so you don't have the negative effect along with it. Torp reload time here. I don't care too much about range. You know, I think perceptive might be a good idea. And then you get that extra torpedo detectability range too. And then this one's I feel like a really good choice here because you're makes your torpedoes more sneaky and gives you some more concealment, right? So that one I think is the right way to go. And then I'm almost always using Unstoppable with destroyers. It's pretty hard for me to get away from that crutch, right? But that is our Z-23, our losing video for the day, right? But we did come out pretty high XP earnings, especially for being on the losing side. And then the Kraken's always fun to get to, right? So thank you guys so much for watching. I am on the struggle bus getting to 1,000 followers. So please make sure you're following the channel. I really do appreciate it. And thanks again, and we'll see you next time.